back again, man. Ceaze Tha Day Podcast. I got a special guest, man. One of my favorite artists out of here in Atlanta, bro. The homie BDifferent, man. What's going on with you?
Good, man. Chilling, man. What you got going?
Man, podcast, bro. Just meeting people like you and giving y'all the platform to speak on everything y'all got going on with your brand and everything else, bro. Appreciate you taking time out today.
For sure. Appreciate you for having me, man.
And let's talk about this single you just dropped, bro. 'Cause this is I first heard it when you first put it on your story, but then I seen the traffic that came behind it. So without saying too much, I'm gonna give you your roses on that, bro. Congratulations on everything you got moving behind that single.
Appreciate that, man.
What
Appreciate that for sure. I'm just in the grabbing water too.
oh you
But
good, man.
nah, I made that a little minute ago. Uh, I say a few months ago for sure. But I knew it was gonna be something that caught people's attention. You know what I'm saying? Especially like in the sports world and stuff like that. Or really
Absolutely.
anybody that's got something going as far as a business. You can still hear me, right?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. But yeah, anybody that basically got something going on to where they trying to like accomplish some or push some or like I said, like they got a business or something they pushing. And it's just like self-explanatory, man. It's showing whoever's in that mode, basically like giving flowers and encouraging folks to stay in that mode.
There's a positive message behind it that I absolutely agree with you as far as the concept of it. Like with me being everything I got going on with the podcast and Born Royal as a whole, it's definitely in my rotation on a daily basis, bro.
Appreciate
For those
that.
that don't know, how long you been doing music?
I'm coming up on 6 years now.
Congrats on that, bro. You made it through the first five. That
Yeah,
first five, that's the hardest part, bro.
facts. Facts. It's crazy because it feels like it done went by so fast, for real.
That's how you know you're working though.
Facts.
Outside of music, what else you got going on?
Uh, shit, man, really just figuring out like the ins and outs as far as the business side. Uh, but not too much, honestly, man. Everything is really tied back to my music. You know what I'm saying?
So
I'm building my brand. I'm thinking about putting some merch together. I got a few folks that's helping me out with like a design for a good merch piece. Like I think I'm gonna do t-shirts. I'm gonna do like some t-shirts, but I'm trying to get like a dope ass design. So I'm working with some folks on the design right now, and
absolutely.
that's pretty much it. But I'm locked in with the music for sure.
You've been working, man. It's a thing for me. Like I tend to draw towards artists who have a consistent workflow. I don't. You one of the few artists like I don't see you sporadically just dropping music. Like you pretty consistent with the brand, with the image, and letting people know that music is something that you do want to commit to. So I commend you for that, bro.
Love, man. Appreciate that.
Most definitely. You got any shows or anything coming up anytime soon out here in the city?
Mm, Not in Atlanta, fortunately. I want to say I got one coming up in Minnesota. It's not even coming up soon though. It's like a wild, a wild. I think it's like June or something like that. I
Bet,
got a
bet,
little while to do some more shows, man. But I'm
bet,
definitely open to doing plenty more shows. I want to do as many as I can. So
bet. It's one thing. It's one thing to be an independent artist, but the thing I can say in the way that you present your music, you got a solid team behind you, bro. And having that support system and people that believe in you being able to create what it is you create, and them knowing exactly how to support it, it's definitely obvious in your camp that you have a strong support system. Like how important do you feel that is?
important thing, for real. I don't feel like you can do anything by yourself for sure. Like you gotta have some type of backup or, support, somebody pushing you, somebody helping you, or somebody that's been through what you're trying to go through or go to. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody that's had the experience of working in the field that you're trying to get in. You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
that's one of the main points. Like having a manager or having management that actually know what's going on, or that's done had big artists that done won, Grammys and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely
Absolutely. You gotta know what heights you want to reach, and you gotta know exactly what people you need in order to reach them heights. And based on the things that I see on social media and things like that, you're definitely on the right track, bro.
yeah. But appreciate
Like
that, man.
I ain't gonna dive too much into it, bro, because that was one of them things for me. When I first met you, it was crazy because the two of y'all always had a similarity to me as far as the image. I'm gonna talk about Ant a little bit.
Yeah.
And I used to look at you, I'd be like, bro, he look like Ant, right? It gotta be. Then when I seen the picture, I was like, it makes sense. So it's just beautiful to see things come full circle like that, bro. It motivated me because I got a younger cousin he got picked up by Denver last year, but he got sent down to the G League. So to see the relationship that you have with Ant and the way that y'all pushing forward, bro, it's definitely motivation for me to get in touch with my side and try to build those same bridges in order to see all of us reach those same plateaus of success. So I definitely respect everything about the two of y'all, man. Definitely one of my favorite players to watch in the league right now. So I just want to tell y'all, bro, keep pushing, bro. Keep pushing.
Sure. You said you got what you said, a brother, or what you said? It
I got a
kind of
cousin who he was picked up by Denver. My younger cousin got picked up by Denver, but he got sent down to the G League. But it motivated me because I was like, I always used to be like, damn, not too many people around me know that feeling of having to work with somebody at that level of success and being around those people. And it's an entirely different buildup of character. You know what I mean? You can't just be anybody when you in those circles. So as an artist, like I would say, like being in those professional atmospheres and those professional settings, like what would you give other artists as advice as far as when they get in those roles, how to conduct themselves and actually make the most of the experience?
that's a good one. Yeah. My main advice is, bro, just move around, bro. Like don't be afraid to talk to people. That's basically it. Cause networking is one of the key things when it comes to everything, bro. It's crazy. Like I had to hear it 1,000 times before it just clicked in my head. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like think about it, like, bro. It ain't about what you know. It's about who you know.
That was one of the first things I learned.
Locked in my head. So it's like when you get in them situations, definitely move around, rough elbows. You never know who you might meet, man. You never know.
Absolutely. I learned that when I first moved to Georgia. It's different when you're from up north because up north is all about what you know. You come to the south and it's like you can know everything under the book, but if you don't know the right people to put that book in the right place, you ain't going nowhere. It don't matter how much you know. So I definitely agree on that. You got any other releases coming up?
Uh, right now I'm just in pushing in that mode, bro. Like I'm literally
You in that mode?
I'm in the midst of pushing that motherfucker. Like I'm
Yeah,
still extending on my push for real.
yeah,
So I ain't got really nothing. I got a lot of shit in the chamber for sure, but
absolutely.
I ain't got nothing like lined up. Okay, I'm gonna drop this one on such and such, or you know what I'm saying. That's the one that's coming out after in that mode. So
Right.
I'm really just pushing that one and trying to figure out what I'm gonna do after that.
Absolutely, bro. We here for it, bro. Just you got support on my end, bro. We here to support you as an artist and everything else you do. If you do decide to do the merch, let me know. Man, we can put together some pop up events out here in Atlanta or whatever we got to do to help push that brand.
Nah, appreciate that, man. Appreciate that for sure. If I do, well, when I do, not if, when I do get some shirts, I'm gonna definitely post them on Instagram. So you definitely will see it pop up, at some point. So just
Most
stay
definitely.
tapped in I appreciate you for sure.
Most definitely, bro. I ain't gonna hold you too long, bro. We make this a quick interview. Just let everybody know where they can find you on social media, where they can find you as an artist, and where they can tune in.
Oh yeah, for sure. Y'all can find me on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, whatever it is that you got. The number one, the letter B, and different. There's no space, no underscore, none of that. The number one, the letter B, different. Appreciate you, bro.
Absolutely. Appreciate you giving us the time today, man. We gonna definitely tap in with you. Wish you the best on your journey, bro. Hey, I'm from Milwaukee, but I got Minnesota out west. I got Minnesota coming out the west, bro. I'm from Milwaukee, so of course I got my Bucks out east, but I got y'all coming out the west, bro.
For sure. Say less. So
Most
I'm gonna
definitely.
ask, you from the East, so you probably got the Bucks winning the whole thing.
I'm a sports fan, so for me, it's more so I want to see them go to the finals, but I understand that it's not a guarantee. We got to stay healthy. We got to stay healthy.
Yeah.
They did their thing last night. They did their
What?
thing last night.
Because I don't really know. Like what? I know Dame or Giannis didn't play last game. So what's that looking like?
They right now we down 3-2. We down three
I
two. They
know
won
y'all.
last night. They
I
won
just
last
won.
night.
Gonna lie, I was surprised, bro. Dame not playing and Giannis not playing.
I watched the whole game last night, bro, and they fought. They fought, but they got a good win, which I feel like if Doc Rivers know how to capitalize on the momentum, he got to get Giannis and Dame to support that supporting cast like they supported them in their absence. That's it.
Yeah. So look though, what's they what's the word? The injury support and injury report. I'm talking about support.
So Dame is out with I think it was a strained Achilles, and Giannis is out with a strained MCL. Last game they was both game time decisions. So even if we got to pull one more game without Giannis and Dame, if we can get one of them back just to be a space on the floor, I think it'll help a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
But
shit.
we see how it play out, bro. We see how it play out.
Yeah. Facts. Facts. Well, say
Definitely,
less.
bro. We're gonna tap
Appreciate
in with you again. Appreciate you, bro. Yo, another episode of the Ceaze Tha Day Podcast, man. I got a special guest today. The big homie DJ Scream, man. What's going on with you?
What's up with you, my brother? Peace to you. Everything good?
Everything good, man. Just growing and improving as we go. That's about it, man.
That's all
But
you can ask for. That's all you can ask for.
I know when we first met, it was when we were filming you in the interview with Chef Chauncey. And the reason I
Okay.
brought you on today was because I want to speak on the importance of learning where our roots come from. And I know you spoke on your journey on that day. So, I mean, like lately, I've been telling a lot of my friends and my homeboys, like, it's important to know the power of the DNA, bro, and understanding where your roots come from and tracing it all the way back because you better learn the culture. And I mean, my main question for you is what sparked that initiative for you to want to go out and actually learn your lineage?
Yeah. Well, it's a situation with me where my parents, rest their soul, they were always like really big on knowing where you're from and who you are. You know what I'm saying? And I just was met with a golden opportunity. Unfortunately, my father, who was from Accra, Ghana, passed before he was able to take me back himself. And then you know how you get into the whirlwind and the spiral of American life and just living and working. And I
Yeah.
never really got to plan it. And a close friend of mine was like, you know what? I got a situation where you can get over there, DJ, and then have some time to kind of, tap in with your people. So that situation presented itself in 2022. And yeah, basically, I took advantage of it. It was enlightening. It was cool to see kind of like, my family members that share the same features and all that type of stuff. It was just kind of cool. And they kind of just like let you know when you go there, you're at home. They kept saying, "You're at home. You're home. Like anything you need, you're home. You're my brother. You're my brother." You know what I'm saying? So I think it's important for everybody to know, their lineage and where they come from. I mean, this is every race. Like, Latinos are very prideful in their heritage. Italians and all different races. They're very prideful in their heritage and knowing where it came from. So I think that we as African Americans should also strive to do the same.
Absolutely. A lot of my points lately have been based in like the actual lack of knowing the culture and traditions of said cultures that we don't know about because we kind of get taught that our history starts at just slavery. You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
it's kind of up to us
Hmm.
as individuals to take it upon ourselves to be able to say, let me actually look through my genealogy, through my ancestors, my grandparents, and actually learn history and pick up those cultures. I have a belief where
Facts.
I feel
Facts.
like it makes life a little bit easier to know the traditions and cultures of our ancestors because you better understand the practices that help them come through life because a lot of it has been lost. Our culture is pretty much based on entertainment these
Right.
days, unfortunately.
Right. Right. No, definitely. Definitely. Definitely.
Like like once you went over there, like once you learned the cultures, like what do you practice on a day-to-day basis to help you do better in life as far as carrying that tradition?
The crazy thing is, I think that I got that from my parents and my pops. Like, I think I got those tools through my childhood, and I was already exercising them.
Mhm.
Linking back up was just basically kind of affirming it, and it was really kind of just to motivate me to motivate everybody else to do the same. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I didn't have to really change anything about character because a lot of times people will say they'll tell me like, man, you're big on loyalty and honor and respect, and you respecting our queens and taking care of our queens and everything. That's something that I was just raised to do anyway. You know what I'm saying? I think it's just kind of got put in the blender because you have a lot of black people or African Americans that represent the same thing. You know what I'm saying? But obviously, we're at a bit of a cultural disconnect where we have a lot of our people who do not stand for those things, which I think is a big part of the disconnect in our communities. So I say that just to say I think that I already kind of was moving that way. This just helped me to kind of affirm that I know where it comes from. I know why I'm in this way, and this is how we are really supposed to be. You know what I'm saying?
Part of that is like you say, the key to that I feel like was you saying like your mom and pops taught you everything growing up, and I think a lot of us like me, I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Like I didn't
Hmm.
learn actually about the history of the Native Americans that were in Wisconsin. You know what I mean? Like the Cherokees, everything in Wisconsin is named after Native American tribes. So when you learn, like you listen to the cities like Sheboygan, Waukegan, and Milwaukee, Pewaukee, all of these are named after Native American tribes, but we are never actually taught which tribes were derived from.
Hmm.
And I feel like
Absolutely.
it's key. Like it's something that you got to take initiative on your own life, but I feel like it's very important for taking that next step in life. Traditionally, in the sense of, I feel like our culture is big on arguing right now. We argue between what's a good man, what's a good woman, and I feel like that comes from a lack of culture.
Right.
So
Right.
like
That makes sense.
a lot of things, if we knew how to be men of our tribes or men of our people, we look at the practices that our ancestors carried. I feel like it'll help us a lot more to redefine what a man or a woman is based on tradition and culture rather than based on society value.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I think that in my head, at least, the way I think that should almost be like common sense. Sometimes common sense is not so common, you know what I mean? But that should
Absolutely.
almost be like common sense. That's how we should move. But I think that there's some enlightenment going on. You know what I'm saying? I think that there are people that's starting to see the light, and uh, you know, everything kind of goes full circle. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like sometimes we kind of dance a little closer to the enlightenment, and sometimes we dance really, really far from it. You know what I'm saying? But I think at least the shift. I feel the shift. I feel the shift is what I'm saying. Like I can feel the shift, and I think a lot of other people have said to me the same thing. Like we can kind of feel the shift in us, kind of leaning more towards that enlightenment.
Absolutely. What else you got going on right now, man? I saw on Twitter the mixtape going on.
Yeah, still dropping some tapes here and there just for the sport of it. You know what I'm saying? I tell everybody the jerseys on the Raptors, that's not really I had a long run of that. You know what I'm saying? But if I need to pull the jersey off and dust it off, then that's cool. The Screen Foundation, you know what I'm saying? Definitely get in the community, interacting with the youth. We're planning our big Fresh Fest back to school situation where all the kids can come out and just interact with each other and interact, with the whole community. So the Screen Foundation, of course, Big Facts, the podcast, we're going crazy. You know what I'm saying? Putting out that content, having them conversations on a weekly basis. The Scream Show, radio show, iHeartRadio. Just happy to be a part and still be here, man. You know what I'm saying? And still be busy and still be relevant, you know what I'm saying? And still be able to like mentor, because that's what it's about for me now. Like making sure that I mentor, making sure that I give gems and knowledge to the next generation of creators and influencers, so they'll be 100 times bigger than me. You know what I'm saying? So just grateful to be able to do that and just kind of taking it one day at a time.
Absolutely, man. My experience on the Success of Big Facts podcast, man. What advice would you give us individuals starting out on our podcast?
Yeah, for podcasts, man, I feel like it's just about A, being consistent, and B, being true to self. You know what I'm saying? So consistency is that I tell people podcasting is not that much different than going to the gym. Like a big part of our success was consistency. Even in COVID, when we wanted to shut down, we was like, nah, we're gonna get on Zoom, we're gonna keep it going. You know what I'm saying? So consistency is important. And there's a lot of people just kind of cracking mics and doing podcasts that don't really have they're just doing it just to do it. And I tell people, don't do anything just to do it. You can have fun, but don't do anything just to do it. Don't uh don't rap just to rap. Don't sing just to sing. Have a purpose. You know what I'm saying? A lot of rappers, in the 80s and 90s and even after that, they were trying to put their neighborhood on the map. They were trying to tell the story of the neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? Well, Big Facts Podcast, when we started, man, like we were like, yo, we're never gonna like ignite and excite and try to push beef. You know what I'm saying? Like, regardless of where we come from, like, we're always going to try to, like, have the uncomfortable conversations, but let brothers and sisters and whatever the case is push them to have. Sometimes you have to have that uncomfortable conversation to get these people to talk. But it was like, me and Bank made a pact, you know what I'm saying, that we're never going to do nothing that's separative, you know what I'm saying, that separates anybody or anything like that. So we stood true to that. We've definitely opened people's minds to a lot of different things. We come from different backgrounds. Me, Bank, and Jay, we come from different backgrounds, but we give our perspectives, and that's what it's really about when I think we're podcasting. It's freedom of speech. It's true freedom of speech. It's going to be some uncomfortable conversation, but it's all progressive conversation nonetheless, as long as we all respect each other and take heed to it.
Absolutely, absolutely, man. Again, like I said, we won't hold you too long, man. I appreciate you for taking time out your day, man. Again, big salute to you, bro. Definitely keep me in touch with anything your foundation has going on, bro. I don't mind helping out in any way that I can.
Okay, nah, much love. I appreciate it, man, and much love and success to you. Salute.